We are living in a funny world. It always starts with people like Muhammad Hijab who say, we love death more than you love life.
We believe that life begins at death. We don't care about death. We love death.
This bravado, this faux masculinity, all of that, it's all well and good. It used to work. It worked for 1400 years. It served Islam really well. Because in pre-modern times, you needed idiots. You needed people to go and conquer a piece of land for you. And then in the process, of course, you're going to die. So you could say, hey, death is better than life. You know, go and die and you're going to have 72 virgins. Allah's going to give you alcohol with his own hands. So there were a lot of idiots around at that time. It actually reminds me of this funny story where in the Battle of Uhud, this guy was wearing a body armor and Prophet Muhammad was wearing one body armor. This is the prophet of the creator of the universe who has the universe's strongest character by his side, but he still was wearing a body armor. And this stupid guy asked Prophet Muhammad, he says, what pleases Allah the most? And instead of saying that, oh, you know, praying 5 times a day, looking after the needy, feeding the hungry, etc. Instead of all that, Prophet Muhammad said, I've only got one body armor. There is a chance that I might get stabbed, so I need 2 body armors. So you know what he told that guy? He said that a man who takes off his armor and jumps in the battlefield without any body armor, Allah loves him the most. And that idiot actually believed him. He took off his body armor, gave it to Prophet Muhammad, and then he jumped in the battlefield and he died. And then look at this. Prophet Muhammad was seen wearing 2 coats of mail. Double protection. He had no faith in the creator of the universe. Anyway, so my point is, this kind of rhetoric, this kind of bravado worked in pre-modern times. But these days it doesn't matter. And people like Muhammad Hijab know this. It's funny that these guys on Twitter, on social media, most of these people, they say, we love death. We're willing to die for our great cause. But all of them, where are they? Either they're hiding behind anonymous accounts, or people who do show their faces, they're sitting in London, New York, Texas. I don't see them lining up to go to Gaza. Muhammad Hijab even said that there's no place right now that is better than Gaza because A, you get to kill the Jews, or you become a martyr. So it's a win-win situation.
The biggest winners in the world today are the people in Gaza because they're in between 2 things, victory and martyrdom.
So he's selling this idea to people, but at the same time, he wouldn't go to Gaza. And no, don't hide behind the fact that Israel's not going to let us in. Look, we can make a special exception for you, Muhammad Hijab. If you want to go, if you want to take this win-win offer, then go for it. I'm pretty sure we can organize it for you. All you have to do is say yes, okay? Just say yes. You wouldn't, because we know that. This bravado is only for sale for young, impressionable, innocent teenagers. And that's the crux of this video. I'm going to talk about this, but before we go further, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to support my work, you can be my patron by going to patreon.com/Sultan, or you can buy me a coffee. Your support means a lot because your support ensures that I don't have to rely on these arbitrary monetization policies of social media. So let's get to today's video. So as I said, most of these people hide behind anonymous accounts, and it always starts with, we love death, you are too scared, you cowards, diaper army, blah, blah, blah. When in reality, these guys are hiding in their mom's basements behind anonymous accounts. Or if they do show their face, they don't go anywhere.
That means you don't want to fight. That means you're a coward.
They deliver these awesome speeches from London, from New York, from Sydney, Melbourne, whatever. But they never go into the battlefield themselves. In return, for people like Muhammad Hijab, it gives them infamy. It gives them a lot of views, a lot of influence, and a lot of money. Yes, these guys make a lot of money. If your views are going in millions, then you're making tens of thousands of dollars. It all starts with this.
I saw a particular video with one IDF. He was sitting down saying, I don't want to go, I don't want to go. Coward!
But it all ends with this. Isn't that amazing that these people who pretend that they love death, but they shriek and cry the loudest when their wishes are granted to them? We love death. But when death comes, oh, where's the UN? Where's the world? Fearing death is a natural phenomenon. When bombs are falling around us, of course we'll be scared. Of course we don't want to die. We are not living in any delusions of grandeur and this superhero complex that, oh, we love death. I'm gonna kill everyone. When the enemy armies come, they're like, ah, shoot. When you see bits being blown up, when you see some of the worst things that we can't even imagine, when you see that, then the reality sinks in. But again, who is to be blamed? People like these people who glorify death and martyrdom day in, day out? They give these false dreams to young, impressionable people and entice them to embrace martyrdom and death and war and destruction? Hamas's leadership, they talk about, oh, we're people of martyrs, we are not afraid to die, but then he hides in Qatar along with his family in luxury houses. So these people who glorify death and martyrdom and jihad, they need to be arrested. We need to take their speech away from them, because in the end, innocent people suffer. Look at this. These Palestinians, they're done with this. They don't want to be a part of your game. They just want to live in peace.
وين العدالة؟ هو هذا الحكم اللي بيحكمنا اياه سنوار وهنية. ابن المسؤول اللي حنساوي بقى عمره 20 سنة وله سيارة وله جب وله عمارة ومتجوز وله كل ما يملك، وابن اولادنا لا يملكوا من الحياة شيء.
يا هنية ويا عباس، يا هنية ويا عباس، وين الكهرب وين الغاز؟ وين الكهرب وين الغاز؟
وبعدين بالنسبة للمقاومة اللي بتيجي بتخبى بين الناس، ليش تخبى بين الناس؟ يروح في جهنم يتخبى.
And these pro-Palestine protesters, either they're Wokistanis or even these Islamist propagandists, they don't speak for these Palestinian people. Why don't they speak for these people? Because it doesn't suit their agenda. Their agenda is to wipe Israel off the map. Their agenda is to kill as many Jews as possible. Their agenda is to deprive Jewish people of their homeland, not to find a middle ground. That's what their agenda is, and that's why they entice people. They tell them, hey, we love death. Now, this is not a diss on Palestinian civilians. Absolutely not. I stopped watching those videos because I did not want to get desensitized to it. In fact, this woman, every time I watch this, it does something to my heart.
احنا دفعنا ثمن تذكرة حماس، احنا دفعناها، احنا دفعنا التذكرة لها.
But I have no sympathy for these Hamas fighters and for these Islamist propagandists who deliberately sell this idea that, hey, Palestinians, sacrifice your kids, sacrifice your lives, because we Muslims, we love to die. But these guys, they don't make any sacrifice. They enjoy their YouTube infamy. They enjoy their clout. They make a lot of money in the process. Look at Hamas leadership. Their children don't go to Gaza. They don't sacrifice their lives. If I remember correctly, Benjamin Netanyahu's nephew, I think, died in this war. I'm not a fan of Benjamin Netanyahu, but I'm just saying. It's amazing that these people start with these warriors, you know, they're like, yeah, we're going to take you on. And these blue-haired, useful, idiot Wokistanis. Look at this. These guys have a weird fetish towards these Hamasist terrorists. These Hamasist terrorists, they don't wear these uniforms. They wear these civilian clothes. So when they are captured, they all become civilians. And then they all say, oh, we love life. Please don't kill us. Please, please don't. All that bravado, we love death more than you love life. It fizzles away. Everything goes away. The enemy that we're dealing with is so dishonest, is so deceptive, that the West probably did not see it coming. The West assumed that when all cultures come and live with each other in harmony, then they all kind of find common grounds. But Islam is not that culture. The West gave them human rights, the rule of law, equality, tolerance, freedom to practice their religion, free speech, assuming that they would respect that and they would reciprocate that, but they don't do that. So my question is, why are our politicians not creating new laws? Because this is hate speech, this is violent speech. People like Muhammad Hijab, all these people, they glorify jihad. Jihad speech should be banned. Let me give you an example. ISIS was not even that popular amongst Muslims, yet we had tens of thousands of young Muslim men and women go to Syria to fight for ISIS. But here, Hamas is very popular. The Taliban are very popular. And we have allowed these Islamist propagandists to propagate their views, to glorify jihad, to glorify this war against the West, all in the name of free speech. They're using your values against you. I've been saying this over and over again. Free speech cannot be extended to those who don't believe in free speech. Free speech can only be extended to those who believe in the system, who agree on fundamental values. Yes, you can use your free speech against the president's economic policy or his health policy or tax policy. Yes, you can criticize the president or the prime minister, whatever. You can do that. But what you cannot do is to use free speech to spread anarchy and overthrow the system. But we have allowed these people, like I showed you in my last video, this guy Dilly Hussein, sitting in London, discussing openly how to overthrow governments.
How can we, re-establish the Khilafah again?
So there are three methods.
These people openly profess their views. Back in the day, people used to hide their intent. But these guys say it openly in plain sight. And we say, oh, it's okay. Isn't that beautiful? That's multiculturalism. Our politicians have this death wish, who are willing to turn a blind eye to these people who live in medieval times, who want to overthrow our modern 21st century societies. Jihad speech should be banned. You need to write to your local councillor or member of parliament. We need to push for jihad speech to be banned. Especially coming from those people who say that they love death, but they do nothing. They take no steps to make their dreams come true. I hope you liked today's video. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to support my work, you can be my patron by going to patreon.com/Harris Sultan, or you can buy me a coffee. Until next time, ta-da. If you'd like to support my work, you can become my patron by going to patreon.com/Harris Sultan, or you can simply buy me a coffee.